I was frustrated with my marketing agency. I was so frustrated with my marketing agency and I was so committed to success that I started knocking on doors.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Local Service Mastery podcast. Today, I have the great pleasure of having with me a client, a friend, and one of the people who I enjoy the most having on our weekly group call, Siavosh.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? Awesome, beautiful. So, for those of you who don't know me or don't know what we do, my name is Lior Vaknin, and I run a coaching company called Local Service Mastery that teaches service business owners how to break free from marketing agency dependency and learn how to generate their own leads themselves. Now, Siavosh's case is it's kind of an interesting one because I think we started off on the left foot, Siavosh.
Yep.
Would you agree? So maybe give us a little bit of a background story from your side, and then I'll give my insights as to how I saw it. But how did you, first of all, came to learn about our program, and what happened then?
So I found you on Instagram. I don't know how, but I saw you on Instagram. Yeah. I was frustrated with my marketing agency. I was so frustrated with my marketing agency and I was so committed to success that I started knocking on doors. I'm knocking on doors, 3 hours a week, 6 hours a week. I put a door knocking team in place to generate leads, right? And my marketing agency was feeding me this line of saying, it's too complicated, I don't want to bore you with the details, we got a whole team of experts, blah, blah, blah. And I was I'm an engineer, a chemical engineer, so I was pretty confident in myself. I'm like, there's no way this that much smarter than me, right? So I told him to go and I fired him. Yeah. Excuse my, because if you're in the construction game, you know what I'm talking about, right? So like a little bit of, then
Maybe give a quick background of what.
Yeah, so I run a company up in Canada. Ottawa, Canada, the capital of Canada. We do landscape construction. So we do front yard, backyard, side yard, deck, interlock, asphalt, walkways, retaining walls, composite, wood, deck and interlock construction, empire deck and interlock, right? So then I hired a bunch of freelancers. So I hired this freelancer, that freelancer, and they weren't able to provide a holistic view of everything. One guy could do Google Ads, couldn't do the website, forget about Meta and Instagram. And then when I came across your program, it made sense to me. I'm like, okay, well, you can run ads on Google and then push them to the Meta platform. So I reached out to you. It was a quick sales pitch. Bing, bang, boom, are you in or out? Right? And I'm like, listen, G, let's slow down for a second. And you're like, no, man, I'm not wasting my time here. Like, are you in or out? I'm like, I need to think about it. I need this information, right? And we were winding down. It was December. Send me the agreement. I'm like, what's going on, right? And I bought a bunch of coaching programs, right? I would say 3/4 of the coaching programs are shit, right? So I'm obviously a bit skeptical. I'm like, who's this Leo guy? Maybe he's just an online marketer. And then I guess, I don't know what it was, but eventually your guy said, listen, dude, we don't want your business. And I'm like, right? So then,
Yeah, no, but because you went back and forth, and I'm like I told my sales team, this is a time waster. Just tell him that it's not relevant. All right, and then continue. Sorry.
So then I'm like, okay, Leo, here's the deal. Okay. If you take me as a client and I do a good job, we'll do a video testimonial.
Which brings us to today. And now is what is it, like 4 or 5 months in?
Yeah, I think I joined middle of January, and then
Yeah.
And we're end of May right now.
5
So
months.
4.5 months now, right? And we have a different kind of problem, right? Where we have too many leads.
Yeah. And
so there's no more door knocking.
which I feel super bad.
It's a problem.
I feel super
It's
bad.
a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah. No, it's a serious problem, and we'll talk about it in a second. But I just wanna give my perspective on this topic, where, and this is something that I feel like I'm trying to nurture and pass on to a lot of the business owners in the program. When you're building a personal brand and you have something amazing to give the world, you are basically switching seats with the prospect, where up until that point they're used to, hey, you need to sell me. Whereas the dynamic with local service mastery, and if one of you guys who are watching this video is gonna book an appointment, you would see it's different. It's like we are screening whoever wants to join, because yes, revenue is great, but in the end of the day, we're building a community. We're building a relationship with people who I'm personally gonna meet on a weekly basis. So if I don't like you, I'm gonna resent my work. I'm gonna resent my job. I'm gonna, I'm gonna get angry at my kids, my spouse, my employees, whatever it is. So no way in the world am I going to let people who have just not the right vibe in. And even, what's funny is sometimes when I see that there's like a mismatch afterwards, I'm like, dude, hey, here's a full refund. I don't think that we're the right fit for you. You go your own way. Whereas with you, it's funny that this is how we started, but last month you were like the student of the month. So you were like, as far as my, perception and just overall experience with you, you became from someone who's, by the way, just as a quick side note, it happens a lot with, like intellectual people, like people who are like have IQ, where they think that they know it all, but if you don't come with a humble, attitude towards this, you can't really win. And so you made that switch, you join in, and here we are today, like 4.5 months in, where not only that you became like the student of the month last month, but like right now you have different problems, as you said, where you're getting too many leads. So maybe we'll go over I want to hear a little bit about, like, okay, you decided that you're going to join. We had our first onboarding call. What did you do differently that people are just, I don't know, like thinking about it? Or what do you think attribute to the fact that right now you have these new sets of problems in your business?
I was committed, right? Just like everybody else, right? So I went to comments, like you hear this all the time, right? It's your commitment. I went through the pain of knocking on doors in November, in December. So our hands were cold.
Yeah, it's fucking Canada.
And we had a pitch. We had a script. We run the script, and I had myself, my operations manager, a great guy. I had a junior sales guy. We were knocking on doors, trying to sell deck and interlock in November, December, in Canada. So at that point, I was committed to making this show. I'm like, I don't want to orgy. Like, I'm tired of that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's cold. I'm getting some results, not great results. I want to figure this out, right? So that's and honestly, it's probably, like, for me, I like marketing, right? I think it's I like it. It's a little bit of math, a little bit of science, a little bit of art. It brings in cash. It's a fun place to be as a business owner if you can focus on marketing. Marketing and innovation is what Drucker called it, right?
I think that from my point of it. I don't know if you remember this, but on your onboarding call, we went over your Instagram page, and like you were posting things that are like personal development, you know, self-growth, which are things that you're personally interested in. By the way, I'm as well, but like I was like, Siavosh, you're not scared of the camera, which is a great start, but you just need to tilt your focus a little bit, and then you're going to see the power of social media, and you're going to see the power of content. You remember this?
And to expand on that, Leo, what I'm excited about is like, you know, we've been working together for about 4 months. Like, I'm excited because I feel like I'm just scratching the surface of LSM. I haven't even got my retargeting going on Meta at the level that I think I can. Forget the YouTube, the display ads on Google, SEO I haven't even touched, content creation haven't even touched. So now I'm gonna pitch you for a second, but even like on a bigger scale, right? Like just your experience of building a personal brand and this and that. I just think there's a lot I can learn from you and, you know, leverage your experience and skill set for my future ambitions and stuff, right? So
yeah, and I think that there's two type of clients. There are those who are just like trying to run away from the camera, and those are like comfortable with, you know, being on camera, or like they already did some, and then it's just like minor adjustments. And I think that like with you, what you've done right is like, okay, Lior, you said that I need to create some content, like when I'm out on the field, when I'm, you know, on a new deck that we built, right? I'm gonna do it. Boom. That's number one. And the second thing that really I feel like, you know, like really differentiate you from everyone else is that every freaking week you're committed to attending the weekly group calls. And so maybe you can just like give your 2 cents on this and what you found in the process of, you know, like just committing to, and everyone's a busy, you know, business owner. Most of the business owners in the program are like, you know, 7 figures and up, same as you, yet you were committed to making it work. So just share a little bit about like that decision and what it and how it affected, you know, you in the business.
I think marketing is an iterative process. I don't think it's and you'll like you're gonna know more about this than I do, but from what I know, from my experience, is you're gonna have to launch something, you're gonna have to monitor it, you're gonna have to tweak it, you're gonna have to change it, you're gonna have to update it. So you need, like, every single week that goes by, if you're spending, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a week on ad spend, obviously you need to watch that and modify that and change that, right? So the group calls are huge for that. And the reason you want to do that as a business owner is once you start tracking metrics, you'll find certain ad sources produce better than other ad sources, right? So if you know you're converting 1 out of 5 of your Google leads and your average ticket is 20,000, getting another 5 leads could be another $20,000 a week in revenue. You love this, don't you? It's another $20,000 a week in revenue, right?
Because you get it. Because, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to spend less on ads. I'm like, what are you talking about? You want to spend as much as humanly possible, but you just need to know your numbers.
Yeah, and you know, then what'll happen as a business owner, a lot of your clients at some point will have too much business. They'll have a fulfillment problem, right? So then you can say, kind of like what you do, you can say no to certain clients, right? It's not someone that I want to work with, right? Or you can say no to certain kind of projects. We don't do roofs, we don't do screened-in porches, we don't do this and that, right? And then once you've said no to A and B, then you can maybe raise your prices a bit, right? So
exactly. Yeah. And I would add to this, and C is, and this is maybe the whole focus and the whole purpose of Local Service Mastery is that I don't expect you like 5 years down the line to do the SEO yourself, or, you know, like do all the technical, even though, like, you know, after you set it up, like there's not that much time that you need to spend on a daily basis. It's like 5 minutes a day here, maybe another 5 minutes on like a few different things. So other than like the ongoing, like there's not much to do. But let's say I don't expect you as a business owner to actually like do the marketing, but you become basically the conductor of this symphony of this, like this beautiful choir that, all right, now my purpose is creating content, and I have an operation manager that I can pay well because I know my numbers. I know how much a lead cost me. I know my closing rate. I know my average ticket. I know my cost per click. I know my conversion rate. I know all of this, and all the numbers, beautiful. They work great. So I'm bringing in a operational manager to handle all of this. My job, oversee hiring, training, culture, but you're looking it from the top. You're looking it from the top. And this is like the C. So it's like A and B is like filtering bad client, filtering bad project, and of course raising your prices. But then once you have this mechanism in your hand, you're like, man, why should I just stay in Quebec? Why wouldn't I go to Montreal? Why can't I just open another branch in Toronto? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Then because it's all the same, as you know, it's all the same. And so, like for you, what I think will happen over the course of the next like 24 months, you'll see that, okay, now I got this, like the whole thing. It can either go in one or two ways. One is, let me just hover over, like that, mid 7, whatever number it is that I'm doing. All right, awesome, stay, chill, great. Or you'll be like, nope, that's great. I want to take it to the next level, and all of a sudden you have like the whole system in your hand.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is like moving to different locations, right? Going from one city to another city, yeah.
Yep. Once you maxed out the opportunity, and again, I don't know how, like, what's the opportunity side?
I think it should be 8 figures.
An 8-figure just in your
I
location.
think so.
That's beautiful.
And because if I can do, if I'm already doing, 3 or 4 million, right? And I'm just scratching the surface of what's possible. Like I don't even know, like I haven't even touched SEO, right? So if I'm doing 3M on Google Ads, SEO should do another 4 to 5. Then you add retargeting on top of that, right? And I don't, and I don't think I'm gonna stop. Like at some point I'm gonna bring door to door back before I jump from one location to another.
Yep.
But when I generate contacts, I'm not trying to sell them today. I'm trying to nurture them for 3 to 4 years using retargeting, email marketing, whatever it might be, right? But now I got this content retargeting machine that I can feed contacts into at a low dollar per contact. Spend 3 to 4 years nurturing them, and then when they're ready to buy, the brand is there. That's kind of what before.
Exactly. I love it. I love hearing you speak like this, Siavosh.
What do you love about it?
Amazing, bro. So I love the fact that when you came in, you like kind of clueless. Like obviously, like you knew the terms, and every business owner who spent some money on marketing agencies know to throw these names out there: SEO, CPC, retargeting, those like these buzzwords. But now when you're talking, you know what you're fucking talking about, and this is what I love. Like I love listening to you because I can see in my head, I can see what you're saying, and I can 100% like agree with you on this. So that's what I love.
Yeah, and it's like 4 months. I think I'm just scratching the surface, honestly. Like I don't need so that's what's kind of exciting in a way too, because I really want to master this part of the business, right?
You definitely will, man. Like if you just like keep on like having this level of commitment, which unfortunately I wish everyone in the program had the same, but it's just the nature of like people are people. Some are more committed than others. Obviously everyone who's putting this program to use is seeing phenomenal results. But if you just keep on putting this level of commitment into your business, into learning and mastering, lead gen through LSM, yeah, the sky's the limit for you, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, tell me, Sevosh, the wrap-up question. Like right now, few business owners watching this video, they already saw maybe some of my ads or some of my YouTube videos or whatever it is, and they're thinking whether this program is right for them or not. And I want you to be blunt. You're like, Lior, can I say everything? Yeah, say anything on your mind. What do you feel? Is this something that you would recommend? And if so, to whom? And who would you say, hey, stay from it. This is not relevant for you.
If you're a business owner and you're in the business to consumer space, the B2C, you're selling direct to home, and your mindset is that of valuing marketing as a key function of your business. Like if you come in here and be like, hey man, I'm a contractor. The trucks, the tools, the equipment, the work is the most important thing in this business because we're a construction company. That's the most important thing. This program is probably not right for you, right? Because you're always going to value, you're going to value different departments, right? But if you're sitting there and you realize that there's a market that wants your specific offer from you, and your job is to service that market, and once you find that market, they will pay a premium for you, and that as a business owner you need that premium to hire the quality labor, to invest in the systems, to grow, and to pay yourself a decent earning. Your job as a business owner is to find that market. Then you might have the level of commitment that's required to join a program like LSM. Because once you join in, Lior's gonna yell at you, hey, you didn't watch the training module, go back and watch the training module. He'll give you 7 minutes, he'll repeat himself 8 times, he'll be like, listen to me, he won't listen to you. He'll tell you, shut up, watch the module. So he's good, like he's that guy. And if you're in construction, you know who that guy is, right? He's gonna say, shut up and do it again. And you're like, you know what I mean? Right? And if you like that can't hurt your feelings. You have to be committed to getting good at the product. That's, but if you are that guy, it's probably one of the best. Like I'm telling you, I bought all the programs. I bought this program, that program, I bought all the programs. Right? None of them gave me an ROI like LSM. I'm telling you the good and the bad. And I'm just yeah, it's there. But it requires a level of commitment from you, humility, kind of like what we talked about.
Beautiful. Awesome. Sevosh, well, now I can tell you that you're a man of your word.
Did you ever doubt that?
Happy. No, bro, but I was like, Sevosh, like every week he's like I need to give some context. Like every week this guy's like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed with leads, and we said like, Sevosh, as soon as you start getting this, I'm getting you on the podcast, and you were like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Nothing, silence. And then I put you on the spot on the weekly group call. And then we got to figure it out. But no, man, like I love it. I agree with everything you said. If you're like that soy boy or gal who, who's offended easily and like can get the truth tell to them in their face, this program is definitely not for you. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. I love the energy that you bring to LSM, to the community, the level of commitment. I promise you that even though many people might not like comment or it's infectious and like it's something that's contagious, and like people are like seeing it, like, okay, yeah, man, like guy doing this, like what am I missing? And so I want to say thank you for
That's
this.
Cool.
And thank you for sharing your 2 cents with me and with us. And guys, for those of you who watched this video, got a little bit of better understanding of what we do at Local Service Mastery. If this is you, if that type of avatar that Sevosh just mentioned fits your personality, and you feel like you wasted way too much time on different marketing agencies and different solutions, and it's time for you to master lead generation yourself, feel free to click the link below, book a call with my team, and I really hope that I can help you as well inside of LSM. Sevosh, thank you, brother. I'm going to see you next week on our weekly group call, and thank you all for being here. My name is Lior Vagnin, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.